Welcome to Turtle Talk Podcast, folks. It is your host, Old Sun Sports, and we are co-hosted by John from Sideline Sports Network. Well, we've got a great show, a lot of good things happening in College Park in Turtle Land. Let's talk about basketball first. Satisfying win over Penn State.
Yeah, we'll start with Michigan State. Another game where we start down like 0 to 15 or 18 in Michigan. Not sure what's up with us playing in Michigan, but we battled back pretty hard. We even led at one point in that game, and you can't win games shooting 13% from 3-point range.
Yeah,
that's terrible. That is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julian Reese had 4 fouls at some point in the second half and had to be taken out of the game. Joey Hauser torched us from 3, just absolutely murdered us from 3, making some of the most impossible shots that I've seen.
Yeah, he was on one that game. Joey Hauser was impressive.
Yeah, but you know what? We got a bounce back win against Penn State.
Always good beating the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, the first sellout since March 2020 before COVID. It was really packed. I
was in the house. It was fun.
Yeah, I don't want to call it a complete sellout from what I've seen, but it was damn near a sellout. They sold all of their allotment of tickets.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
it's a sellout, but not everyone.
There were you could spy a vacant seat in the house, but
right, but you could hear the crowd very hostile. Kevin Willard doesn't want you to scream curse words. If you see me on the video, I'm winking. If you can't see me,
yeah, I relished the Penn State chants.
He said that he doesn't condone the cussing, but he's from New York, so he doesn't care, which means just keep doing it.
That's how I am. I'm not promoting it, but I'm not saying it's pretty cool.
I'm promoting it.
I
love the hostility of our. I think it's like a hostility
special,
to a point.
special people deserve that kind of energy.
Right.
Penn State's one of them.
Yeah, I think
Penn State's one of them.
Hostility to a point where it's not we're doing it to be, to be hostile, to be assholes.
We're not being lawless. It's just words.
Yeah, if we storm the court, we're not going to stab Zach Edey. We're just doing it because it's fun.
Yeah, we're just having a good time. It's all in the name of having a good time.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the game. Hakeem Hart, big
Hakeem Hart
game. 23 points. Jameer Young, another 18 points. How about Ian Martinez getting some dunks? I've been waiting all season for it.
A couple Ian Martinez yams. That was cool.
Yeah. They lead the Penn State led the nation in least amount of turnovers a game or whatever coming into the game, and we forced them to get 13 turnovers.
Yeah.
And they shot 46% from 3. That was their saving grace, is shooting 46% from 3. That's really good. And we even shot 37. And I would be, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
We didn't foul. They only had four total free throw attempts, and it just felt like our game from start to finish.
And Jameer Young had a solid game, 50% from the field and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. That's within the realm of what he does, and he's doing it pretty consistently.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking ahead, Purdue tonight, if you are listening, obviously, as of 6 p.m. And if we can make it, it's 8:36 right now. If we can make it, I'll update at the end, but probably not. 445 tickets left as of the 6 o'clock of the 15th. So it's probably not going to be a full sellout. But it's a horrible start time. First of all, Big Ten. What the hell?
6:30. Yeah, I know.
6:30. And it's on BTN. This is a bigger matchup than everyone is making it out to be. Everyone, I don't understand it. First of I don't want to hate, but
It's
why do you have a
unfortunate.
game at
I'm actually
8:30?
going to be covering a live high school basketball game at like from 6 to 7, like 7-ish. But like I'll catch the second half. But I would prefer a better start time.
7 or 8 o'clock. I understand if you have a game at 9, then do the game at 9. I don't know why the game has to be at 8:30.
I don't love the 9 o'clock start games, but I'd take a 9 o'clock start game over a 6:30.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 7 o'clock seemed like the perfect start time.
7 o'clock's the wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's gonna be a miserable getting in and out of that place. But you know what? I'm gonna leave work early. I already took the half day, and I'm gonna be down there at Looney's. If you guys listen, you want to hang out, come to Looney's, and let's party, man. Let's get this shit going.
Yeah. Good stuff. But meet up a lot. Turtle Talk live at Looney's. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so to beat Purdue, we saw it on Sunday or Saturday, whatever day Northwestern played them. The crowd got wild. Only 7,000 in that stadium. Crowd got wild. We'll have probably around 10,000 more people. We need to get loud. We need to get nasty because it gets into their heads, especially the freshman guards.
Yeah.
The freshman guards, we have to pressure them. They turn the ball over a lot. If we, when Zach Edey, he's going to be deep in the paint, but if we catch him and he even puts the ball down at his hips, we've got to come at different angles. We can't come straight ahead because they'll just throw it over the top to a wide open person. And that worked for Northwestern. That last 3 minutes of that game, I watched it because I had Purdue on. I had Purdue money on 2 bets. Screw you, Purdue. It was an all-time choke job. I mean, Lawyer Pat turned the ball over. Braden Smith turned the ball over. Every single time Zach Edey touched the ball, he turned the ball over in the last 3 minutes. And it went from like up 4 to down 8 in 3 minutes. A 12-point swing like that's bad.
Yeah, for sure.
We're at home, so we'll probably get favorable refs. And we just got to shoot well. 37% from 3 should get it done. I'd like it, a little bit of a burst. I like Don Carey to have a good game, obviously. But, we got to start our upswing now. I think we have a very good team when it comes to beating Big Ten type of play in terms of in March. So,
yeah.
We just gotta, start that upswing where we start dominating those games. Then we got 2 other games during the weekend at Nebraska. That one could be a little bit tougher than a lot of people are going to give it credit for. They got a nice little shooter. They got I don't even remember his name. The tall white dude. He's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They just beat
talking about
Rutgers on the road. So that could be cause of concern, but we handled them before.
Should have hopefully we should come out of this week at no worse than 2-1. 3-0 would be great, but no worse than 2-1.
Yeah, and then we have Minnesota at home. I'm not gonna pencil that in as a W. Yes, I am. I'm definitely doing that. They have Dawson Garcia back, but come on, it's Minnesota. They are the worst Big Ten team. I don't even know if you can consider them a Big Ten team. They're bad.
They're a MAC team this year.
They're a MAC team. They're a MAC team. They're one of the 7 different Michigans that are in the MAC.
I've always wanted. In my dream world, like I've always wanted a scenario where the MAC and the Big Ten have this agreement, like the English Premier League, where like you could bump Minnesota hoops down to like the MAC for
like a demotion.
Yeah,
regulations in soccer,
regulations and promotions. Yeah. Put Minnesota hoops in the MAC for like 2 years until they get their act together, and then reward a program like a Ball State or an Akron that's having a good mid-major team.
Yeah, Eastern Michigan would be good because they got Amani Bates, so it'd bring a lot of attention to the Big Ten.
Good stuff.
Anyway, on to baseball. We've been trying to get somebody on to talk about baseball. We still have
baseball preview coming, but it's in due time.
Hopefully, but yeah, no dice on the guest, but. pretty much, if you don't follow baseball, we bring back a Cape Cod League MVP in Matt Shaw. He's awesome. He was awesome last year. I'm surprised he didn't. Actually, I don't think was he not eligible to. I guess he could be. I don't know. I don't know the eligibility. For MLB draft. Anyway,
you have to for baseball. You have to, if you elect to go to college, you have to go to college for 3 years.
All right, so he probably wasn't eligible, but we bring back Luke Schliger, who, in preseason was devoted the best catcher in college baseball.
Yeah,
and we got a really nice player on the mound, Jason Savacool, who should be our ace.
Very, very nice arm to have.
Yeah, and we have a great infield. I really like our infield. We start off this weekend in South Florida with
the Bulls
with the three game series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I think Tuesday or Wednesday we play West Virginia at home.
Do you know the projected rotation?
I don't know the projected rotation, but after the West Virginia game, we got a huge series against Ole Miss, who, I'm not mistaken, they definitely did win the national championship last year, right? Or were they in the national championship?
I think it was last year or the year before last, but they've won in very recent times.
Yeah, so that's a big early season series to kind of get a gauge. I think projections have us at rank 13th.
13th through 17th in that range. We're in that range.
Yeah, so definitely in a prime candidate to host a regional.
Also, we want to mention Nick LaRusso, Kevin Keister are really good, solid returners that deserve mention. And
I saw LaRusso today. He said he's going to be he's not going to be double time. He's going to do just infield or just hitting.
Oh, very cool.
That should be good.
Oh, yeah, and Nick Dean was the guy I was forgetting. Nick Dean is the number 2 pitcher.
Yeah, and we got a couple of guys. We got like the whatever conference Bryant is in. We got their player of the year.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. And then we got a highly ranked high school prospect from Ohio State coming over too. So, I'm not going to consider myself a genius or knowledgeable in, the baseball team, but I'm surely will be after this year because I'm going to be watching a lot of
Terps baseball is good. I'm reading this verbatim off of Testudo Times right now. True freshman Kyle McCoy will be the Sunday starter. McCoy was the 17th best left-handed pitching prospect in the class of 2022 and received a 9.5 perfect rating from Perfect Game USA. His fastball tops out at 90 miles per hour, but scouts describe his slider and changeup as even better weapon. A deceptive pitcher with tons of upside. Sounds like a future draft pick in my book.
Right. You said 90 or 98 on
91,
91, okay.
Which is that's good. Good, not great,
that's
but
solid.
He's got the off speed.
He's a young arm.
He's got the fastball to play in the big leagues, but he's got those off-speed pitches, and that's what then the strikeout pitches. So hopefully, Kyle McCoy, I think, that sounds like a very.
I remember hearing that name and
very impressive
prospect. Excited over the offseason.
Very impressive prospect.
Baseball should be really good this year. If you don't have Big Ten Plus, I get it because 7 teams ranked, could be 8 after this weekend if the Terps, if the basketball team, lives up to their expectation.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on to LAC's bad loss against Loyola. Their
even
goalie
worse than the loss was losing Logan McNaney, though.
Yeah, torn ACL, out for the season. So we got to figure out,
new keeper.
Yeah, who's going to step up with it? They have a game against Syracuse, and then another week after, to decide who's going to really be the guy. Hopefully, we can. The season's not lost; it's just started. I guarantee we'll make the tournament. We just gotta offense needs to definitely get a little bit better.
We're shooing for the tournament. We just have to get our rhythm and.
I don't want to be North Carolina basketball because they're not making the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't want to be them.
Yeah, for sure. No, we just have to get our act together in time for the tournament, and we have plenty of tune-up games and plenty of stiff challenges for lacrosse on the lacrosse schedule in between now and April or May.
Right, absolutely. Wrestling. We have we had our very first dual win in the Big Ten since 2016.
Let's go, Terps Wrestling. Terps Wrestling, baby.
We're back, baby. Yeah, it was a comeback too. We were down like 15-4 in the intermission, and we just come back. Our back half of our rotation, I guess you could say, in our weight classes they're very, very good. I really like what we're doing, and a lot of them are really young. The only one that isn't is Jackson, the heavyweight.
Yeah.
And Colton Deary, who should be wrestling next year, could take that heavyweight spot next year.
Colton Deary's a hoss.
Yeah, he didn't wrestle this year just because he's kind of fighting for that starting spot, and I think like Dante Trader, once he solidifies it and has a good season, I think then he can kind of turn his focus a little bit to wrestling.
Absolutely right. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Only 2 duels left in the season against Binghamton and at Columbia before we get into Big Ten play. So got to finish off strong, kind of take a little bit of a rest from your very tough schedule. We also played Penn State. I forgot to mention that went about as good as you could ask for facing the number 1 wrestling team in the country. So, we just got to finish the season strong, kind of get tuned up for the Big Ten, tournament. Is it a tournament or is it they just do it by
dual meet? I think I want to
dual
say.
Meet.
I'm not sure, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah. Other news: track and field. Luke Tobia breaks the Maryland record in weight throw this weekend and Clemson with a 20.4 meter throw. So
solid.
Super solid. Going on to the women's sports. Women's basketball is cruising along, winning every game they should. And only 3 games left at Michigan State, home against Iowa, and at Ohio State. So a couple of some tests. 21. I think we're 21-5 right now. So we're solely, and if we can win out, I think we could probably get 2 seed, 1 seed. I don't think 1 seed's 2 seed, maybe 3 seed.
2 seed seems reasonable. 1 seems slightly out of reach, but within the realm.
We would need a lot of help for that.
Yeah, a lot of help is a good way to put it.
Diamond Miller got the
player of the
Big
week.
Ten.
Shout out
Big
to
Ten
Diamond
or
Miller. I think I want to say, well, if she won national, she probably won Big Ten too. But I want to say, safe to say, Big Ten player of the week.
Yep. Women's Lax played their first game over the weekend against St. Joseph with a 15-5 win, or 15-4 win. Sorry. They got a couple really tough games ahead, so we'll see how if the number 2 rank lives up. They got a game this weekend against Syracuse in Syracuse, number 4 ranked Syracuse. Kind of a tune-up game in Philly against Drexel. And then they go to Florida, who's ranked 7th, and to James Madison, who's ranked 12th, before hosting Denver. And this is all in the next couple weeks. So I'll keep an eye on that. And then last but not least, the softball team.
Softball, let's go, Lady Terps.
Yeah, so after this, we'll air the Mark Montgomery interview that I had, and he talks, pretty extensively about the weekend. So I'll go pretty base knowledge. Wins against BYU, North Dakota State. Then we knocked off number 22 Oregon, who's usually bigger power, but this year kind of has a lower expectations. And the number 3 team in the country, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that was a huge win.
That was a ginormous win, and both the Oklahoma State and Oregon games were not really that close. They did take a loss against Cal Baptist this weekend, though.
Yeah, not a perfect weekend, but it's still a stellar weekend.
And he definitely touches on that. I asked him about it. But 5 errors, 4 in 1 inning, that's just not going to get it done. But, got the interview with Mark, and that's all I got. Oh, football. How can we
Yeah,
forget
we
football?
forgot football. Yeah, let's
Oh
talk
my goodness.
football.
All right. Well, Kevin Sumlin, co-OC, associate head coach, and tight ends coach.
Yes.
Kevin Sumlin was known for his late 2000s, early 2010s seasons with Houston. He went 11-1 in Houston, and he went 11-2 in Texas A&M, coaching the Heisman Johnny Manziel, Johnny
Yeah.
Football.
He coached Johnny Football. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, most recently he coached in college football. He coached at Arizona, and that one, it didn't go too well. And, people are putting these expectations, but they don't think they understand that this is not his air raid offense that he's running. Him and Locks are boys. They are really, really close. So this is going to be Michael Locksley's offense, and it's even, TBD that he's even going to be calling the plays this season.
It's good.
So,
it sounds like we have good offensive minds in the stable.
Yeah, having somebody with that kind of experience and that level of he's been there, he's done that.
He's a household name in the college football stables.
Yeah, absolutely. And also football news. Starting today, the season tickets were cheaper. They're now starting at $100. They have section 18 and 17. They have tickets for $150, and even the uppers they have, for 152 or something like that. So, buy season tickets. If you're gonna go to a couple games, you might as well just buy season tickets so you can go to all. I am.
Also,
I'm definitely getting the season tickets.
Yeah, I didn't this past year. I did the year before last. I loved it. I definitely am probably going to scoop those season tickets again.
Yeah.
Nice.
We definitely should, and maybe grab some parking season. Can you do season tickets for parking?
I think I think so. You can buy season parking passes.
Yeah, we could do.
I'm trying to
should if you.
You don't
want to do that thing we were
doing. We should buy some tickets and as promos for listeners or something.
Well, we want to do the live show,
Yeah.
We'll discuss. Show.
Yeah. No, I'm totally about it. Oh, one other football note.
Anyway,
sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
A significant offer went out this week. A really talented young player out of Baltimore City, Jamari Powell-Watson. He's really shooting up the boards. He's got offers in recent weeks from Charlotte, Boston College, Delaware State, and Florida A&M, and now he got a Maryland offer. He's a really, really cool dude. I hope Terps land him.
Yeah. You're pretty good with football and basketball recruiting. You go all over and watch it. So, really only offers going out, and a couple of basketball visitors and stuff. But in terms of recruiting, it's been decently quiet. And it should ramp up here pretty soon in the spring, getting visits in, and, some kids will want to commit in the spring. Some kids will want to commit in the summer, and the summer is right around the corner. So
yeah. So Jamari Powell-Watson is a class of 24. He's 6'2", uber athletic, fits the mold of the type of wide receiver we try to bring in at Maryland, and I think he'd be a great Terrapin, but we'll see. Jamari Powell-Watson, a name to remember.
Yeah, I got it on the head.
All right, well, that'll wrap things up. Stay tuned. Don't miss the interview with Coach Mark Montgomery, softball. We're kicking it to softball now.